Taken these true false from your book, children. Like I have taken exercise 1a, the question number 16, which is saying about you have to write certain true false and true for true statement and false for false statement. So I am reading the first one. The smallest integer is 0. Children, you all know that the integers are all positive, all negative numbers, including the 0. Now if we see the number line, and on number line we can see 0 is in between, the positive will be on right hand side and the negative will be on left hand side. Am I correct? So if we are saying this smallest integer is 0, that will not be true, because we know smaller integer are maybe any negative. That is another thing that we don't know what was the exact, because it is still minus infinite, right? So smaller integer cannot be 0. It is a false statement. The second is minus 10 is greater than minus 7. So as okay, let's try to understand this one like that. Like we have 10 and 7, so we all know that 10 is greater than with 7. Now if I include negative sign along with this, negative 10, negative 7, so as you write the number with the negative sign, this sign will get inward. It means negative 10 will be less than negative 7. And in short, we can say with the negative sign, the number is as bigger, actually it is smaller. So minus 10 is smaller than minus 7, not greater than. That's why this statement is false. The third one is 0 larger than every negative integer. Just now I tell you that 0 is on right hand side of negative integer. So definitely it will be larger. You need to remember that whatever number comes on right hand side, that will be bigger. Like I am making the number line again so that the second and third is clear to you. Like this is 0. On right hand side we have to take the positive integer, and on left hand side we have to take the negative. Now in this, if we see, there will be minus 10 also there, okay, and in between minus 7 will be there. So which one is bigger? That is on the right hand side. So you can see minus 7 is right of minus 10, minus 7 is right of minus 10. Am I correct? Yes. So you can see this minus 7 is bigger, that's why the statement is false, the second one. And the third one, 0 is larger, because 0 is on right hand side of every negative integer, that's why this statement is true. Is that clear? Now the fourth one is the sum of two negative integers is a negative integer. Children, if you are adding two negative number, like I am adding negative 5 and negative 4, I want to add these two number. So what do you think the answer will be? Of course negative 9, because if both the number are with negative sign, the answer will be with negative. So it is also saying the same thing, the sum of two negative integers is a negative integer, so it is true. The next one is the sum of a negative and a positive is always a positive. Suppose we are taking one negative and one positive and we want to add these. So what do you think? What will happen? The answer will be, of course, if different sign we need to subtract, but the sign according to the greater number. So it will not always be positive, okay? It is not always positive, that's why the statement is false. Is that clear? I hope that these topics are clear, these true false. Now there are more true false. Let's focus on those also. Which of the following statement are true and which are false again? The product of a positive and a negative integer is negative. Positive and negative. It means we have to write positive as plus and negative as minus. So when we multiply, plus minus will become minus. So it means it is a true statement. The product of two negative integer is a negative integer. So children, if we are taking two negative integer like minus and minus, and if we are multiplying those, minus minus will become plus. Am I correct? So the product of two negative integer is not a negative integer, it is a positive integer. That's why this statement is false. The third one is the product of three negative integer is a negative integer. In last time I told you that if negative sign has the power odd, so it remains negative, and if the negative sign has the power even, sorry, if the negative sign has the power even, so it remains positive. So what I want to say that three negative integers, so 3 is an odd number, that's why because of odd it remains negative, so it's a true statement. The next one is every integer when multiplied with minus 1 give its multiplicative inverse. Okay, let's try to understand with this in example. I am taking one integer 7 and I want to multiply this 7 with minus 1. So what do you think? We get minus 7. So when you are multiplying any integer with minus 1, you will get its additive inverse, not multiplicative inverse, because multiplicative inverse means reciprocal. Okay, so this is not reciprocal. Am I correct? This is additive inverse, as you can see in this example. So when you are multiplying any integer with minus 1, it will not give us multiplicative inverse, it will give us additive inverse. That's why this statement is false. The next one is multiplication on integer is commutative. Children, as we all know that for multiplication, integers are satisfying the property that is commutative property, because we can multiply the integer in any order, like 2 3s are 6 and 3 2s are also 6. Okay, so we can change the order when we are multiplying the integers. So this is a true statement. Okay, the next one is multiplication on integer is associative. If the property satisfying commutative property satisfying, then associative property is also satisfying. Now every non-zero integer has a multiplicative inverse as an integer. Like any integer is given to you and you want to find its multiplicative inverse is reciprocal, then it will always an integer. No, it is not always an integer. Like if I am taking minus 6 and I want to find its multiplicative inverse, that will be minus 1 upon 6, and minus 1 upon 6 is not an integer, it is a rational number. Okay, that we will study further. So it is a false statement. So whenever you are solving the